Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's Cooking and Tailgating. And I'm trying to speed up what I do cooking-wise because the videos get kind of long, and since we just do these as one take, I started prepping a bunch of stuff on here. We don't have time, unfortunately, to be able to do a whole lot of recording cut downs and different angles and everything else, although I'm going to try and do some different things. So this is exactly a week ago that I started doing keto, and trying to come up with some different meals and things that are good for us, that are tasty, and help us hopefully get in better shape. And I hope you guys are checking out some of them. Some of them are better than others. I did the keto wings yesterday, where you bake them and use baking powder. I'll never do that again. Never do that again. The baking powder gives it a little bit of a bitter taste. They say don't use baking powder that's got aluminum in there. I didn't, but you know, it's supposed to make it extra crispy. If anything, I may just do them in the, just cook them a little longer and do them in the air fryer as opposed to that one. I didn't even do the video on it. It just was not worth doing. But tonight I'm going to do shrimp fried rice without rice. It's going to be cauliflower rice. And again, I am not a chef, but this is, I do a lot of cooking. People say it tastes good. So I'm going to give you how I do my stuff. So what we're going to do is I've got 4 eggs that are scrambled. I've got a pound of shrimp here that's peeled and deveined. You see where I've split it down the back of there? It makes it pretty when it cooks. I've got about 4 spring onions. I know they're really, y'all call them shallots, but growing up we called them spring onions because those were the onions before they got the big ball underneath them. They came up in the spring. I've got a couple of carrots because you got to be careful about the carrots. They got a lot of sugar in them. I've got actually a whole onion, and I've got a head of cauliflower. And what I'm going to do with the cauliflower to make the cauliflower rice is I'm just going to take a cheese grater and grate it. That's all you got to do. Now understand that the cauliflower is not like rice, it's more delicate. So I like to do things in stages as I cook this, okay? So, and because I love the eggs, I cook the eggs first by themselves, take them out. Because that way I get like chunky pieces of eggs that are actually scrambled in there. Then I will go through and I will cook all of the vegetables with the exception of the cauliflower. I'll get that so that way it starts to wilt. And once that starts to wilt, that's when I'll add the shrimp and the cauliflower. This way the cauliflower will still stay firm, kind of like rice. Now, a couple of things too. This is Coconut Secret Organic Aminos. This is soy-free alternative. This is actually like a keto soy sauce. So it doesn't have all of the stuff that's not exactly keto. I had some of this before and I can't remember exactly how it tastes, so let me open it up and taste it here and see if it tastes the same. Little. It's got the bitter taste to it, tastes a little bit different. I may use some of that with a little bit of the regular soy sauce just because I need a taste. You know, I'm not perfect. I also have a piece of ginger that I've taken the skin off, and I got a couple of cloves of garlic to go with it. So, while that's heating up, I'm going to start making my cauliflower rice. Oh, and I have some peas. All we are saying, give peas a chance. So we'll just go through and grate this. You can buy this already pre-made in bags, frozen, which there's nothing wrong with that. Save you some time and some mess. I'm just one that likes to do everything because I'm hard-headed from scratch. I build my furniture. Why wouldn't I grade my cauliflower? And it looks like that is almost hot. That's beginning to smoke. It's smoking. Let me show you what the cauliflower rice looks like. Look at that. Boom. All right. So let's go ahead and get our eggs cooked real quick. Not quite as. So we're going I scramble those up, I'm gonna let that sit here. Let's get a little closer. Get a little closer. Up close and personal here. Okay? Gonna let that scramble, and I'm gonna keep on grating my cauliflower here. One man show here. Okay, that's good on that. I can take that out. Now let's put that to the side for the moment. And I'm going to let this get good and hot again. Get some more oil on there. And while that's heating up, I'm going to chop up the onions and the ginger. So we're going to put the veggies in here to start sweating. This is one of those meals that really does not take long to cook. In fact, most stir-frying food really is quick. And that's one pot, the wok, and you're good. All right, that's getting good and hot. We're going to slot the ginger and the garlic in there first. Start stirring that around. We'll get that brown. A little more sauce in there. This time we're getting good and hot. Get the onions and the carrots in there. And we'll get some peas. All we are saying, give peas a chance. Okay. We're just going to get this to soften up, and then we're going to pull it away from the center, and then we're going to add the shrimp. Little pepper. I can't wait till we get to 1,000 subs, then I can actually live stream cooking, which will be much, much more fun. And the big thing we want to do is we want to get this good and hot. So when we add the shrimp in there, that it hits them real quick. Can you smell? Can you smell that? Oh, yeah. Now, we don't want to overcook this too much because then it gets, oops, sorry, Timber. Then it gets too soft. And I like it a little bit firm. And, of course, clean off the stove when you can. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and pull these away. Let this get really good and hot again. Damn top gets me every time. All right. Let's do some of the shrimp. The only bad thing, I love the stove. The glass is a pain in the rear end to keep clean, but it's hard to keep your wok hot like you do with a gas stove. It's just difficult. And when you put a cold shrimp in there, it kind of hits it and it takes a few seconds to heat up. That's why I'm adding a few of these and trying to hit them on the bottom. And then I'll pull them away and add some more so it doesn't get too cold. Because the thing about shrimp is they're very, very delicate and you don't want to overcook them. You see them begin to get a little bit pink, and then I'll pull them away and I'll add some more. If you had a gas stove, of course, that flame will keep that temperature hot to the point where it's just about ready to burn it. Okay. More of the soy sauce. Now, just before these are really done, that's when I actually add the cauliflower. And that way the cauliflower is still a little bit firm. If you do the cauliflower before you do the shrimp, what you end up with is, oh, I almost forgot one thing, jeez. Forgot I like things with a kick. Some dried chilies that we're going to chop up. That'll kick it up another notch. You see how the shrimp curl up on the end there? Yeah, it looks pretty. Add the eggs back in there and break that up. You got the peas, you got the carrots, you got the spring onions, and all of that great stuff. And the shrimp are just about done, and that's when it's time to go ahead and put in the cauliflower. We're going to probably need a little bit more liquid in here. Lots of shrimp in here. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Isn't that pretty? And I'll probably end up putting some bean sprouts with it too. With that, my friends,